Okay. I'll stay in the Twitch and monitor that.
Okay, great. I won't worry about that then.
All right, we're live. Let's get this started. Let's get it started. All right. Cattle.
Do I play this? Cattle?
Yeah, you can play this.
Let. Do I type?
Well, you can type it in the Twitch if you've got the Twitch open. So
I don't have the Twitch open. Cattle. I'll say it out loud.
Yeah.
Tail, late.
Athletic.
I'm trying to figure out what the lactate almost. Oh wait, the letters are they're not changing. They're just moving around.
Yeah, they're just shifting. Being shifty. Own every word. All right. Lactate.
Lace.
Lace. That's a good one,
Lace.
Sam.
Hello, ladies. Lace. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Ale. Oh wait, they're only like 5-letter or 4.
Yeah, they're 4 letters plus. So tail.
Tail as old as time. Late.
Eel. Yeah, late.
Is leet a word? It feels like it should be.
Leet. Is it?
I don't know. Type it in.
I
can scan the OR code. I should get my phone.
Oh yeah, you can do the you can do the old QR code. All right. Where's the phone? Where are you, phone?
Swear to God.
Man, I feel like I started out so strong with cattle, and now it's
tail or like a cat's a tale of 2 cities. Yes.
All right, here we go.
A tale of 2 cities.
Play with Twitch. Okay.
Or a late of 2 cities.
Hello.
Or
don't call me
4 words. Oh, not strong. We'll play one more game before we start the show.
I gotta log in. Oh.
All right. Well, we're gonna play one more game.
I'm gonna go on to Twitch.
All right, one more game until we start the show.
All right. That's Twitter.
Relate.
Wait.
No, there's only one E, so I don't think relate. I could see rattle.
Rattle.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, how do I start doing this?
I think you just start typing.
Do I type in the message?
Yeah, you just type it in the old.
Rate.
I'm not even logged in.
Rate at the Bates Motel. There's tell. There's tall.
Oh.
Here.
Yeah. There's that's the other Lear. There you go. Tear it up.
Altar.
Tear it up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Altar.
All right. It's in a code.
Altar.
Real. Oh, we already have real.
Altar.
Yes. There's altar. There's still rattle. I'm still gonna push for rattle. I see.
No, there's only one T. I tried rattle. And
I see. You're right. There's
mad
only
at
one
me.
It's
They got real frosty with me.
See you later.
Taller.
See you later, alligator.
Oh yeah, I see
taller.
I see that.
Whoa. Tattoo.
Okay.
Electra. No, that's not gonna be one. Tell.
Run tell.
User found alert.
I'm sorry, I gotta mute.
You can see Earl, like the Duke of Earl.
Like Earl Grey tea. There we go.
Now.
See, you know what? This isn't working. We should just start the show, huh?
Why not?
Yeah.
All right. Then let's do it. And we are going to hi
Hi everybody. Oh, hi, for real. Welcome to the new and improved Own Every Word, the game show. The show where the word herd submits answers to fill in the blank statements, questions, and games. And the Own Every Word team debates which is the best answer. The word herder who submitted the winning word earns incredible official, unofficial NFT prizes with their name on it. I'm your host, Matt Harris. And as always, before we get started, it's time for our Wizard's Pick, a word that won the online game show first. Let's check it out.
Argo SoCal. Argo SoCal. No, I don't want to be all Argo SoCal, but I want that avocado on my freaking toast.
I was ready for the rest of it. Now, I'm here with a terrific group of panelists, and we'll meet them shortly. But first, let's throw caution to the wind and dive right into round one. So our first game is Word of the Year, where you can combine as many of your words as you want to make a word or compound word that fits this definition we have before us. This one is a verb, and it is the act of zombies vomiting the day after eating too many brains. Let's see what the word herd submitted. So the verb, the act of zombies vomiting the day after eating too many brains. Reproach tough shit. Justifying lunch. Mausoleum hazard. Groaner remorse. And percolated guts. All right, word herd. You know what? I'm liking it. I'm liking it. That's just what I have to say. But enough about me. Let's get some first impressions from our panel here and see what we got going on. I'm going to go from the top down. So, Mike Hughes, what jumps out at you first here?
Hey, everyone. There are some very vivid descriptions here. First of all, I see the show is now PG-13, with that first entry there. Can't get the network TV contract with that. Justifying lunch is an interesting take because it is kind of a retroactive, kind of retconning the eating of the brains in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like how, Frasier said his father was dead, and then he had to justify that when he got spun off from Cheers. There's a new Frasier, so I can bring that up. Groaner remorse is kind of forward-looking. That's very vivid. And percolated guts, that may be the most vivid of all. It's like the picture in your head of the actual process. It doesn't just apply to zombies. Any of our guts could be percolated.
This is, listen, you ran it down. You gave us a lot to think about. A lot to think about because that's going to affect your decision. So let's go to somebody who I know is very influential. Somebody who speaks their mind and never stutters. Sam Kimbrell, what jumps out at you first here?
Well, I think the thing that sticks out, Matt Harris, clearly is the word zombies. Okay, I don't think this is a bad thing for zombies to puke up, after eating too many brains. I think it's a good thing. I think that's what they wanted. I think it's essentially what they do every morning. And when I think of morning, I think of coffee. And when I think of coffee, I think of percolated. So clearly the answer is percolated guts. That's basically what they drink in the morning, and they make it themselves. So that's clearly the answer. Percolated guts.
You make a solid argument. You've almost got me convinced right there. But let's go to the man with the plan. All right. Let's go to the man behind the mic with the headphones. That is not me. Phil Ranta, what jumps out at you here?
Oh God, so much jumps out at me here. I feel like all of this is actually fits, right? There's none of this like toe jam bat but that sometimes we get submitted. Like these are 5 thought through things.
I agree.
Right?
That has never been submitted. That has never, ever been submitted.
I'm full of cold medication, and I'm going to say random things. No jam, but. Jordan, by the way, called in sick because he was sick, and I decided to be the tech director and contestant when I was sick. So if he's watching, I'm doing it. Fuck you, Jordan.
Wow.
That
Wow.
TVMA.
We're now an R-rated show.
We're an
Ooh.
R-rated show. Let's go, Frenzy 17. Fuck you, fucker. Okay.
Full frontal hell.
Works.
This is the reason why I like Mausoleum Hazard, is because it makes me think of something that they would say and what they do in the shadows if the zombies did it. Like, well, that's a real Mausoleum Hazard.
Mausoleum hazard.
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 That sounds
Hazard.
either like a romantic era poem
Mm-hmm.
or a British heavy metal album from the 1980s.
That's true. I could imagine it
Yeah.
like if a
Black Sabbath.
Duchess cheated with the stable boy when walking through the graveyard, she would have been like, it was a bit of a Mausoleum Hazard. I guess those are thoughts.
If it's any consolation, I'm hanging with you. I'm reading between the lines. I'm seeing what's going on. And with that, those are all great first impressions. But let's do this. All right. Let's go to Phil Ranta and check in with the word herd and see what they have to say about all this.
Oh my gosh, so much, and I can do this while double doing it. Here we go. Moonraven said, "Herd needs more words." Moonraven, since you're here and we're missing Irish and So and a couple other people, I'll tell you, I'm just gonna airdrop a bunch of words to people who have regularly been attending the show, and you're gonna be one of them, dude. So you're about to get some more words.
Booyah.
Owen Every Word said, "Words the words, herds." That was me. I wrote that. We earn our TVMA, and then Moonraven was like, HBO all the way, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Nudity. It's HBO. And then Moonraven said, "Zombies are people too," which I think is actually an excellent point. Because zombies were previously people, but once they rise again, aren't they just people? And then our good friend Reno Cap, with his famous banana martini taco head, purple wizard with the rock hands, said, "Much love, everyone. Hey, much love to you. And let's see if anybody was showing something about love with this."
Love it. That's what I do. I love it. And I will say that, you know what, to answer your question, if zombies come back, aren't they people? If zombies come back, they are unpeople. They are part of the undead population.
Yeah.
So unpeople.
But if you think about it, dogs are also unpeople.
No.
Okay, never mind.
All right. So, and that, everybody, is how to not yes and. So let's get
but
some.
they're better than people.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Dogs or zombies are better than people.
Yes, full stop. Full stop. Let's get some final impressions here. Let's see where you landed with your answers and see if we can get a winner here. So, Mike Hughes, I started with you. I'll start with you again. Where did you land here?
Fun fact about me. A guy in my dorm in college who came from like a working class background. So
Gross.
was not wealthy. Married an heir to the Mr. Coffee fortune.
Oh,
Whoa.
And they are still married today, to my knowledge. So with that in mind, I had to go with the very vivid percolated guts. You can see it's made with a Mr. Zombie thing. And
nice
then,
touch.
or you can get your coffee at Starbrains.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that. You see, when we're starting off with creativity, percolated guts, and what's interesting is that does sound like a little something that Sam Kimbrell was talking about. So, where did you land? Did you stick to your guns, or did you find something else, Sam Kimbrell?
I stuck to my guns. Only my illustration is more hipster. It's a Chemex brewing the percolated guts, and I didn't have nobody is an heir to the Chemex from my friends group.
We'll see in 100 years. All right. We'll see in 100 years who's still standing. All right. So go Chemex. So look, Phil Ranta, you've already seen that percolated guts has the
Mhm.
majority, but I still want to know your answer with your cold medicine addled brain. So what do you
That's
have
true.
here?
Well, as you can probably tell, I've got a cold medicine addled brain, and
Brain.
brains. You don't want to eat this one. No good. No good tonight. Much like Mike Hughes, I once hung out with some pores, and it's funny.
I am pores. You hung
Well,
out with me.
Exactly. I was hanging out with some pores. His name was Mike Hughes, and they ended up marrying the heir to the vomited brains fortune. And I decided to stick with my guns on Mausoleum Hazard, but I'm already
Oh.
outvoted. So let's percolate this guts.
I like that you did include the vomiting zombie. Points for that, but it does not go to our winner. We do have a winner, the submitter of percolated guts, the verb for the act of zombies vomiting the day after eating too many brains. Congrats to Turtle Loves Words.
Yeah.
All right,
and he
Turtle.
jumped in right before we came to the answers.
Boom.
Damn, good
He was
time.
there just in time for his win.
Turtle, I'm telling you, give it up for the turtle. You are the winner of the official, unofficial NFT prize from Own Every Word. Congratulations. That's the way. And you slid right into home plate, just to collect your winnings. I respect that of you. And now that everyone's loose and we have round one under our belts, let's meet the panelists and say hello to everybody. So tonight, let's say hello in the same way that we introduced ourselves in terms of first impressions. With us tonight is a very funny Mike Hughes. Mike Hughes, how you doing tonight, man?
Hi, Matt Harris. I am doing okay. It's nice to be back with everyone. I missed you all.
Absolutely. Well, we missed you too. Glad to have you back. Have here classing up the joint, as it were. Speaking of classy, Sam Kimbrell, you know some classy people. You know some.
In the other direction. I thought it was a misdirect.
Well, you know classy people. I'm sure you've met them before. And you're here. You're here with us. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. I don't feel classy tonight, but I'll get there. I'll get to classy.
Yeah.
Maybe just sassy. I think I'll just get to sassy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that is already done. So, mission accomplished right there. So the man in the chair, the man who's working all the levers right now, the Wizard of Oz, both behind and in front of the curtain. Phil Ranta, how you doing tonight?
You know, I have the ability to solo myself and then talk to the camera. Sam Proof taught me everything. Unfortunately, Sam's out for the rest of the year. But yeah, I know, right? But he's still alive and still tweeting, so you can still find him there. But Jordan Pomaville called in sick, which is why I'm doing this double duty. But I too am sick. And I've got my son put a pumpkin tattoo on me. So for the Halloween hangover episode, we're pumpkin pals.
Good, because I was going to ask about that. I was like, oh, I hope that's got nothing to do with the sickness. Should I bring it up or should I just let it ride? But thank goodness that has been settled. Well, I would call this a good room. I would call this a packed house. And with that,
Any room you're in is a good room, Matt Harris.
oh, don't you flatter me, because I will take it, and that's what we'll be doing all night. So, with all of this good energy, we're going to jump into round two, everybody. Round two is called Question Answer. So, like an unnamed popular game show, you write the question to the following answer to fill in the blank. A coven of witches watching Hocus Pocus with an ice pack on their heads. What is blank? Let's see what the word herd had to submit. So a coven of witches watching Hocus Pocus with an ice pack on their heads. What is startle sanctuary? What is dimming trills? What is fouled contemporaries? What is proprietress? What is doomy gala? Or gala if it's British. I forget which way it goes. Gala or gala. All right. So, word herd. little abstract with this one, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm not to judge. I am here to give it to the people who can pass judgment. Phil Ranta, I'm going to start with you. What jumps out at you here?
We're here to judge. You guys did better in the first round than the second round. No,
Wow.
there's some good stuff here. There's a reason why I like followed contemporaries, and let me tell you the reason is because the fact that they like Hocus Pocus, which is a not great movie. I had no childhood nostalgia. No, seriously, I watched it as an adult for the first time and went, "Why?" But then again, my wife saw Ghostbusters the first time as an adult, and she was like, "It doesn't hold together. The narrative makes more sense." And I'm like, "What?" And then when I was watching, I'm like, "It kind of doesn't make sense, but I still love it, right?" But anyways, if you like Hocus Pocus that much, you're already fouled, and the fact that they're all together, it makes them contemporary. So I like it, but I also like a Doomy Gala because there's something about that just seems very fun about it. Like the word doomy, I think is just a fun adjective. Doomy.
I would have to agree with you. And also go ahead and elaborate on your point that everything that we saw as kids, as adults, does not make any sense.
Yeah, do not go back and watch Captain N the Game Master. It is not as good as you remember it.
Let me tell you right now, none of it.
I will give you one exception. One exception. Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's just classic. I didn't understand the Jesus stuff till I was older. I just thought that,
That's because you were raised Catholic, Phil. Jesus doesn't matter to Catholics.
We love the Pope.
You know what? Yeah, let's rip the Band-Aid off and get into it right here in round two. All right.
I was raised Catholic too, so I can say that.
We're not dicking around. All right. We're covering all religions tonight on own every word. We are not leaving without our solutions. No. All right. So those are great first impressions, but no, you know what? The fellow Catholic, Mike Hughes, what jumps out at you here?
Well, the thing I like about this particular choice is the juxtaposition. And because this image to me, by the way, I have never seen all of Hocus Pocus. I think that is one of the virtue of having an not a virtue, but one of the drawbacks of an all male panel is we are not the target demographic for Hocus Pocus nostalgia. I would bet some women would probably, as girls probably, that seemed to be a lot of the appeal of the movie. But having said that, I don't know if that was allyship or sexism, whatever it is. Go at me in the comments. But you have on the one hand, the witches, which is, as a multiplicity of things. You have the, stereotypical black hat, riding a broom, Wicked Witch of the West, versus like Bewitched, where they're very attractive, some of them, so and just trying to get by in the world. And what are they doing here? They have an ice pack on their head, so it seems like there's a party of some sort. So they're with their friends. So there's this juxtaposition of negativity and positivity, and that to me sounds like a doomy gala.
So it all comes together in the end. I will say this, though. No one knows what the target graphic of the original Hocus Pocus was. The main character was a teenage boy who moved to a new town and liked a girl next door. He was awkward, and I have seen this movie way too many times. All right.
It is out in theaters.
Not having sex. The whole movie, you're like, you haven't fucked, man.
Yeah. They really break this guy down.
Wow.
And it's a big deal.
Sam is yanking us into NC-17.
It's in the movie.
Yeah, they call him a virgin like 30 times. He's like, nah. And I'm like, you're like 13. You don't have to be ashamed of that.
See, that was like in the 80s, people would do it. But the night, it's like, of course he is.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what, Sam Kimbrell, that's you've heard two different versions now. What's your take on this initially?
recently, as you know, Matt Harris and everybody watched the interview from the maybe not early 90s, but from the 90s with Kathy Najimy, who played one of the witches from Hocus Pocus. She said she was slightly concerned about playing one of the witches because she thought it was playing a stereotype and was offensive to witch communities, even at the time, which is way ahead of its time for being concerned about such things. And so I think ultimately a coven of witches watching Hocus Pocus might be in a sanctuary. They might be startled. So I think the answer here, based off of Kathy Najimy's interview, which is something I watched for the first time, and I don't know why it was fed to me, maybe for this question alone, a couple of days ago, which is Startle Sanctuary. Final answer.
I mean, hey, look, that's I'm a big fan of Sister Act, so if Kathy Najimy says it, also the Kathy and Mo show, not to be overlooked.
Also, the voice of Peggy Hill, one of the best, cartoon characters ever, right?
Kablamo.
Yeah, and Veronica's Closet, one of the worst must-see TV sitcoms.
Deep cuts.
Yeah.
Hello, you didn't know we were going to get all Kathy Najimy on here today.
Brought to you by Kathy Najimy.
Kathy Najimy,
We love you. Join the show one of these days, Kathy Najimy.
If you're watching, we are fans.
Is she on that service where we paid Tom Arnold to talk to us?
We'll get her on Cameo. We'll get her on Cameo. It'll be great. It'll be great. So I'll tell you what's going to happen. You guys are going to take out your writing instruments and your surfaces and start writing down your final answers while Phil Ranta checks in with the word heard. Who is a buzz?
They are a buzz. We were talking a lot about the Hocus Pocuses. Moonraven said, hey, that made Bet's career. And then JD Turtle was like, no dick in the dog. And then we had an emote off. Sam had an emote. Turtle had a emote. Own Every Word had an emote. And Turtle had another emote. But of course, then we said, I'm going to go sing the Doom song now, which I was trying to remember what the song from the game Doom was, but I kept thinking of GoldenEye. That's not it. And Dora was a hoot. You're right. Effing news. You're right. He was also a virgin, 13-year-old virgin. I think it's okay. My 8-year-old still, Sam's sister, Sabrina. I gotta agree. Like she was a bib. But didn't watch it until I was an adult, so I shouldn't say that. This panel's amazing. I agree. I'm not gonna lie, this one's not easy on you guys. I tend to agree, but you know what is easy? Sitting back, relaxing while we come to a consensus.
Absolutely. So we're not on this question answer thing. Let's wrap up round 2 by finding out where we landed on this. So actually, I want to give Phil Ranta a little bit of time. This man's working double
I'm
duty.
good. I got it.
You're good? All right. Well, Phil Ranta, where did you land?
I was not swayed. I still think that they're having themselves a bit of a doomy gala, as one of them says, this movie sucks. Probably because the ice pack was over her eyes. That was a mistake.
But they have fun, though. They have fun.
They have fun.
Yeah. So Mike Hughes, what did you end up with?
First off, I'm fascinated by the fact that the non-witch boy protagonist boy's sister is named Sabrina, which even then was a witch's name.
Yes.
Because Archie existed. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I think the sitcom was on. Not yet, but it was close. All right. Also from the era of Hocus Pocus was a song which we all learned what irony is.
Alanis Morissette.
Because only one thing on that is, I forget the one thing is, it's a free ride when you already paid. That's the only thing that's ironic in the song. Irony is the juxtaposition of opposites. And in true 90s fashion, I'm going to go ironic with juxtaposition of opposites, Doomy Gala.
Whoa. So let me tell you, it's Phil Ranta lobs it up, and Mike Hughes, bang, meets it for the serve. That's an ace is what I'm looking at right there. So now we come to Sam Kimbrell, the man of strong opinion. Where did you end?
Well, since I already fucking lost, I think I'm just going to go right into it and just say that Kathy Najimy is on Cameo. I dropped in a link.
Boom.
Go to town, everybody, and get your Kathy Najimy cameos. A. B. We forgot that Vanessa Shaw was in Hocus Pocus, who also was in Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who was she having sex with?
She was like the one that was like the prostitute who died of AIDS or something.
That one.
Here's another Hocus Pocus fact. The lead, who was the boy, I believe this is true, played J.R. Ewing's son in Dallas.
What was weird about Hocus Pocus 2 is Gary Marshall. Did he play Penny Marshall's wife?
Husband. Yeah. They played husband and wife.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's weird.
Well, they didn't kiss.
Startled Sanctuary, but who gives a shit?
Nah.
So
I get you. Well, we do have a winner. So Doomy, Gala, and guess what? Turtle Loves Words for the twofer. Congratulations again.
We'll be right
Turtle
back.
Loves Words. I mean, man, that is a turtle twofer that we can all get behind. Join us next week for our spinoff where we're going to just play 6 degrees of Hocus Pocus.
Kathy Najimy.
Yes.
We haven't even gotten to Sarah Jessica Parker and the whole
know,
Sex and the City universe.
It all comes back to Kathy. I'm telling you.
Well, she was in Sister Act 2 with Lauren Hill, so she's got a lot of deep connections.
Stop horsing around, Mike.
It goes a lot of different
Boo,
ways.
Sam, boo.
But we do have that winner. So Turtle Loves Words. Guess what? You're going to have another official, unofficial NFT coming your way. And we're going to go on to round 3, everybody. Gang name. Gang, name. You're going to come up with a name for the following group of people. Werewolves in human form going back to their lousy 9-to-5 jobs. Let's see what the word herd came up with. So werewolves in human form going back to their lousy 9-to-5 jobs. We have in-shape townies, football previewers, townspeople sacks, villagers remorse, and inspirations. Wow, that's, you know what? First of all, congrats to the Who Would Win team for coming up with this this definition for this category. I think that's it's something that we don't think about. These guys got to go back to work. Mm-hmm. And hey, I think that the word herd sets you guys up. This time, Sam Kimbrell, I'm starting with you. What jumps out at you?
Well, I'm really disappointed that we didn't submit tough shit in this one. We used to have a lot of submissions, tough shit blank. Tough shit townies, tough shit previewers. I think for me personally, they're inspirations because, you know, even though they're werewolves and have a big responsibility to be werewolfing, they still, you know, go back to work and they still work their 9-to-5. It reminds me of the great Dolly Parton's 9-to-5, and she recently did an updated version called 5-to-9. So really, it was for the werewolves. So it's inspirations, clearly.
Absolutely. I mean, they are out of control. They go ahead, eat a couple of people, but they got to catch the train in the morning. So yeah, I'm feeling that. I'm absolutely feeling that. Mike Hughes, you were nodding your head. Did you agree with that? Did you have something else? What happened for you?
I was also reminded of the great Dolly Parton and her #1 hit, possibly the most Marxist philosophy ever to top the Billboard Hot 100. They take your dreams, just watch them shatter. You're just a step on the boss man's ladder. Mm-hmm. Workers of the world unite. All right. I am reminded of a movie even earlier than Hocus Pocus that dealt with the supernatural, a little movie called Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
Where of course the werewolfness was a metaphor for adolescence. Remember the scene? He's in the bathroom. What are you doing in there? Nothing. Mm-hmm. We know what we thought he was doing in there. So, So I don't know why I brought that up.
Werewolves? No, I'll tell you. It's werewolves. It's werewolves.
You know, but I'm kind of torn between two here. I love the townspeople sacks because it kind of creates this contrast with, the werewolf, another werewolf movie of the 80s, American Werewolf in London, which is a great movie, great horror movie. And where the excitement of being out at night and, the thrill of the hunt. And now they're back to the mundane lives, just townspeople, sacks. But then I think about the word hero is thrown around a lot today. But who are the real heroes? Football players, rock stars? No, they're the people who go every day. If beer commercials have taught me anything, the people who go every day and perform those blue collar and white collar and pink collar jobs that keep this country going. This is for you, you inspirations.
That was reminiscent of a Miller commercial. Yeah, I like it. Slow clap it up. Slow clap it up. This is what we're getting on the initial things that are coming out. So I told you Mike Hughes was going to class this place up. So Phil Ranta, let's class this place down. What did you see?
Yeah, I've got some Dolly Parton lyrics for you. She's like, I will always love you. And then Whitney Houston stole it from her. That's going to be the narrative in my head, even if it's not true.
Dolly Parton made $2 million off of Whitney Houston's record, at least.
Well, $2 million doesn't buy happiness.
Not for Whitney.
I'll take that bet. I'll take that bet.
Yeah, I would take it. I would love to try to buy that. There's something that we're missing here, which is when you turn into werewolf form and then you go back into human form, does the exercise that you got in werewolf form stick with you? Is the werewolf part of you cosmetic only on the outside, or are you actually working out your human muscles underneath the werewolf muscles? If so, it's got to be in shape townies, because they'd be like, Dustin, have you been working out? They're like, no, as a bit of rabbit blood goes down the face in the morning. But I love
your werewolf is named Dustin.
Yeah, Dustin the werewolf, because from dusk till dawn, he's eating all them rabbits.
Yeah.
Dustin until dawning. But I do like town people sacks, because calling shortening sacks of shit to sacks just makes me happy. And thinking like, look at these townspeople sacks. You got to work in their 9 to 5. I bought a NASDAQ and a Dow Jones, and now I don't have to work anymore. Cigar.
Yeah.
And so forth.
That paints a very clear picture and gives all of you a lot to work with. So see if you're inspired. Take pen to paper, take your writing utensil to your writing surface. See if you can come up with that answer while Phil Ranta goes to the word heard to see what they have to say.
Let's see what the word herd has to say. Moon Raven, true story. Dolly's cup size grows by 2 during the full moon.
Wow.
Ow, ow, ow. Ooh. And of course, Turtle says, so does mine. But that's because you're eating all that candy. You got to stop eating all that candy. Turtle, you're an inspiration slow cap. LOL. Absolutely. No, full 8-pack. Yeah. They got that all there. You could grate cheese on a werewolf's tongue, because they've been finding either children to eat or carrion. I bet that they are fine with carrion. We're word people here. Go back to your coworkers after a night of butchering would lead to some remorse. I don't know. In American Psycho, he seemed pretty happy about it. And then, of course, Turtle said, oh, Groucho. Well, let's see if we can Groucho ourselves to a consensus.
All right. So now we're back. I'm seeing some clear determination coming out of your eyes, Sam Kimbrell. It's hard to meet your gaze with that type of determination. So what do you got?
I went with inspirations, and there's a werewolf, or what appears to be my dog, going to work.
Oh, he's got a tie on.
He got a little tie.
Yeah, he's got
a werewolf. That's harassment. Do not go up to a werewolf and pet him.
No.
Even if they're cute.
Absolutely not. No, we've got a tie though. Got one of them good jobs. All right, so we got inspirations first.
Marketing. You're right, exactly.
Mike Hughes, what do you got?
Do 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 do. Woo! Townspeople Sacks of London.
Ah,
Hey.
the town.
Also, fun fact: this is written on the back of a request for a donation from my alma mater. Shows you how much attention I pay to that. So.
Yes. They will never stop asking for money. Look at the high institutions, beggars, all of them. So we've got to compete. We have not started with a consensus, which I think is the first time that's happened this in the game. So you could be the tiebreaker. You could shake this whole thing up. Phil Ranta, what do you got?
Funny story. Mike's alma mater is Harvard.
I know.
True story. I noticed that he dodged that because he thought that it would sound a little too showy. So I'm going to be showy on his behalf.
And I don't have a job right now, Phil. So
Totally,
good
you know?
it can be.
Hey, Harvard ain't a free ticket, you know? Harvard's just a school with books. And it's old. I did agree with one of the two of you. Who do you think I agreed with?
Well,
Me.
well, didn't we have the same? Yeah, okay.
I said townspeople sacks, and the guy is yelling, "Fuck you, dog boy!" And as you see, he does have a six-pack because he did hold on to his six-pack. Because I do believe that werewolves, when they turn into humans, have gotten all of the exercise they got from being werewolves. I do believe that strongly.
Well, we do have a winner, and that would be the one who submitted for Townspeople Sacks, which I'm going to admit was a dark horse. I didn't think you had it in you, but here you are pulling ahead. Townspeople Sacks, congrats to RM Panda.
Hey,
2023 frequent winner here on Own Every Word. Congrats back to you. You'll be receiving that unofficial NFT prize. And, you know, I have to say it is interesting because if we're talking about things that happen on Own Every Word, was Sam Kimbrell the lightest entry in this lab? Like, he had inspirations and had a cute picture of a dog. And you two dark people, you two
Peter Pan grew up.
Yeah.
You two dark folks over here just took the sunshine out.
Inspirations was my second choice. It was a close call. So
well, we'll see if we'll see what we can do for poor old Sam Kimbrell.
I gave that whole beer ad there.
You did. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, that was the light, and now. But, you know, just like in Twilight, you ultimately succumb to your monster-ish impulses. I guess I've never seen Twilight.
Oh, yeah. See, now I'm sensing a pattern because first you didn't see Hocus Pocus, but you had some thoughts. Now you got some insight into Twilight. I got my eye on you, Mike Hughes.
I have seen Teen Wolf.
Let's talk about the Lost Boys. Let's just
I've seen Lost Boys. I have seen Lost Boys.
There we go.
All right.
That's the one where the werewolf plays basketball, right?
No,
not that one.
That's Teen Wolf. That's OG Teen Wolf, not the MTV show.
That's a different movie.
Absolutely. Well, we're on to round 4, which is the 2-for round. You need 2 cards to submit. So let's take a look at what the crew came up with for round 4. Dracula was so wasted, he turned.
How wasted was he?
Well, he turned into a blank and blank all over the place. Let's see what the word heard submitted.
Match game.
So Dracula was so wasted, he turned into a Sandman and dishwater all over the place. Turned into a mummy and tinkle all over the place. Turned into a kettle and scalded all over the place. Turned into a hot tub and toasted all over the place. And turned into a opal and modulated all over the place. Word heard. So first we're going to talk about proper tense, and then we're going to talk about Then we're going to talk about how there's at least going to be one round where it's just all curves. They went in the toolkit and they're throwing the curves and the sinkers at you. And I'm going to say that this is the one where they are going to make the judges work for it. So let's watch them work. Mike Hughes, what do you got?
I, like you, Matt Harris, am a stickler for grammar. All right. But like you, having logged my time in the creative trenches, I do allow for a dispensation now and then. True story. One time, I believe this was my junior year of college, I imbibed, I think it actually was Halloween, and I imbibed a bit. And I woke up in the morning, face down on my bed, and I looked at the mattress, and there seemed to be a stain there. And I thought perhaps I had regurgitated something. And then I went to the bathroom, and there was blood all over my face on my cheek.
He's a werewolf.
And I'm like, oh my God, what happened? I had no recollection of this. Months later, I had a window that had a metal frame and opened out. And I was looking out my window one day, and I looked down and I saw a very faint stain on the ground beneath it, like a drop had landed there. And I realized what had happened is that night, I thought I was going to get sick. And I leaned out my window and hit my face on the metal frame of the window, and was too wasted to know I had put a gouge in my cheek. I share this story to justify that sometimes when one gets wasted, you need bandages. And bandages are something that a mummy has. And of course, when one does imbibe, there is another bodily function that one ends up doing, even if grammatically it may not be worded correctly. Long route, but I got us where we needed to go.
Mummy and Tinkle. All right. So there's a mummy and a tinkle from you. And man, that story did keep me on the edge of my seat, though. I'm just like, what? I'm glad it didn't end with, and there was a dead body. I had no idea.
If I had bled out, I might have been the dead body. So.
However,
my roommate said, "Have you seen the dog lately?"
No one came knocking, and so we just chalked that up too. Everything's fine. Phil Ranta, since you agreed with Mike Hughes last time, where are you this time?
I disagree with him this time. I do think that Mummy Tinkle is funny. It's visually funny. I think if Dracula was wasted because of his frame of reference, he might want to turn into a mummy because he's got the powers to transform, and he was going to transform to something that he knows. But that's besides the point, because you have to remember that people who are violent sober are generally even more violent drunk. Fact. So he's the kind of person that when he's sober, he turns into a bat, and then he'll bite virgins like the Hocus Pocus kid, or generally buxom ladies in a mythology, buxom ladies to become vampires.
Like Dolly Parton.
Like Dolly Parton. Stand by your man, even if he's Dracula.
That's Tammy Wynette, but...
That's Tammy Wynette, who is very much like a Dolly Parton. But if I was a violent Dracula, how great would it be if I turned into a kettle and scalded the shit out of some people? I'm not doing this to turn people into other vampires. I'm just being a bastard drunk and pouring. I'm a little teapot, and I'm burning the shit out of your face so you can't go on Tinder anymore. That's what I think.
Well, you know, it is suggested that Dracula definitely was not good in a relationship. So, yeah, okay. I you took a journey to get there, and You got there. That's what's important.
Thank you.
Kettle and Scalded. That's not one I would have thought of. So you get extra points for uniqueness. I'm just handing out points. Know that. I've just added that to the show now. It will be going in my report.
Can I have some points?
Asking for points gets you points. So there's points right there. Sam Kimbrell.
This
All
round
right.
is taking an hour and a half, and we haven't even gotten to the.
I'm
check.
telling you.
Well,
What
I'll,
do you-
tell you, if I'll just get into it. God
Get
damn it.
into it. Get into it.
Dracula, if he's going to be wasted, he's always sucking on blood and all sorts of things. It would take a lot to get him wasted. So I think he basically bit into some Gen Zer high on one of their new Gen Z, science drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happened is he turned into a opal and then modulated all over the place.
Okay.
There you go.
You know what? Solid. Okay.
Opal.
Beginning, middle, and end. All right. That's the
He's sucking down and he turned into an opal.
boom. Why not? That would be a movie that we would love as kids and then not understand as adults. So what we're gonna do now, and by we I mean you, is write down your final answer. Get that down on your writing surface with your writing utensil. And let me tell you, the word herd is over here. They have a lot to say. So we're going to go over to the man with a plan, the man in the chair, Phil Ranta. We're going to check in with the word herd and see what everybody's saying.
We are going to check in with the word herd. Mike Hughes' story really touched Moonraven, where he said, 2 stains, 1 story.
Boom, boom, boom.
Which is also was the original name for 2 Girls, 1 Cup. 2 stains, 1 story. It all came together. That needs a fill drawing. I agree. Mike, for your next birthday, I'm going to draw a picture of you bleeding out your face through a wire door while drunk.
I'm touched.
Absolutely. I'm gonna. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna have Midjourney do a better job. You don't need to have to draw anymore. Now the robots do it for you.
AI.
Mr. Dude made it. Word herd, baby.
Mr.
Welcome,
Dude.
Mr. Dude, you made it in time.
Dude.
Because you said better late than never. It's so true. And Opal, I can see.
Mhm.
That's right.
That's right.
But of course, Turtle said tardiness is accepted here, which is very Halloweeny. And Halloweeny is how consensus.
Oh, yeah. Yes. And we go to Mike Hughes. Mike Hughes, you've had time. What did you land on?
Speaking of weenies, relevant to my answer, Sam is not a weenie, but
Go ahead, keep going.
I haven't seen Sam in a while. No, Sam raised a good point, is that Dracula's vampires drink a lot of blood.
Mm-hmm.
And when you drink a lot of a liquid, you have to expel the liquid. So, Mummy, Tinkle.
Oh, okay. All right. Stuck to the guns and got it in there. Hard to argue with that logic. So Phil Ranta, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I have to admit I was swayed because there was a convincing argument made that made me think that it was an argument that I made to myself after hearing somebody else's answer. But I decided to go with Mummy Tinkle, and there he is, because mummies, everyone knows, they tinkle out clouds of dust because they're very dry people. So it says poof. And then there's just dried urine that kind of floats on the breeze. Oh, and by the way, this is in honor of you, Sam. He's got a little mummy penis that also has wraps on it.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah,
NC 17.
Yep.
Right.
nice mummy
Full frontal.
got a
Yep.
hog on that mummy.
Yep.
I will say I am interested to know how mummies really go pee. Do they just pee in their wraps, or is it like a romper where they have to take the whole thing off? Or
Straight to the rep.
Yeah.
Ask Brendan Fraser.
Just straight to the rep.
Yeah.
Well, Sam, what did you have? What did you have, Sam?
It doesn't fucking matter. But here you go. Opal modulated. Whoever submitted that, you know what? you're a free soul. You're a creative person. You don't care about the grammars. I appreciate you, and I chose your word. So when you have names on your list, you can strike my name off.
See, he's getting out ahead of it. Okay, he's getting out ahead of it, and you can't fault him for that. So we do have a winner, and that winner is Hallow NF-teen. Congrats to Hallow NF-teen. Your submission of Mummy Tinkle, who would have thought, is the one who is our winner. So congratulations, you will be winning a unofficial NFT prize with your name on it. And who would have thought? We are here at our final round. This is our golden special edition round for the golden special edition cards only. So let's take a look and see what the team came up with for round 5. The bathroom is a mess. Blank was in there all night. Let's see what the word herd put out there. The bathroom is a mess. Cheeseburger was in there all night. Drunker Dracula was in there all night. Safe sex was in there all night. Cars was in there all night. An extreme food fight was in there all night. See, I like this. See, they're giving you some fun stuff. They're giving you some dirty stuff. They're giving you some on the nose. You guys have a whole lot to work with. Boom. You know what, Sam, I want to start with you. You've been getting right to it. It feels like these guys are against you, but you are sticking to your guns. So let's go to you first. What jumps out at you first?
I think the most logical is obviously extreme food fight. If there's an extreme food fight, obviously it would be a mess. I can't justify that whatsoever of like where it wouldn't be a mess, unless the food was soap. Unless the people who eat soap consider that food. The other thing is safe sex. If people are having safe sex in there, there's just a bunch of condoms filled with jizz all over the place. Yes. So there you go. Final answer. Jizzy condoms.
I mean, that's pretty final, I would say, in so many ways. Mike Hughes.
My thought with the safe sex is that because the jizz would be in the condoms, that it wouldn't be messy. So, but there's a lot of good things. Obviously, extreme food fight. Cars. I mean, if the 80s band The Cars was in there, and it was the 80s, and we all know the excesses that rock stars live in. If the cheeseburger wasn't good, that could result in some mess. I won't get into the details. We've already established what Drunker Dracula is like. We know, he just tinkles all over the place.
Oh yeah.
And I think I hit everything, right?
All right. Yeah, that's right there.
I like the variety of this. Everyone is taking different approaches to the answer. It's really neat to see.
Yeah. Yeah, they hit all planes this time. Yeah. Phil Ranta firing on all planes. What do you see here?
I really do like that Mike brought up that the band Cars was just locked in a bathroom and made it like Rico Kasich was just having a cocaine party at one and just fucking shit up. There's something fun about that.
Shake it up.
Fuck it up. Let's destroy the bathroom. Fuck it up. You know why I like cheeseburger? Because I imagine that this is a big ass cheeseburger. Because if somebody says cheeseburger's in there all night, this isn't just like a crumb of a cheeseburger. It's a big old cheeseburger. And that bathroom had people peeing in it and showering in it and pooping in it. And the cheeseburger was in there all night with it and just taking on, absorbing the smells and then being a food. And I think that just like, I think that this is a bit of an aside. The person is saying the bathroom is a mess, and then also exasperated saying cheeseburger was in there all night, so he could no longer eat the cheeseburger because the bathroom was a mess. So that's where my brain went with cheeseburger. But come on, honest to God, guys, extreme food fight. That would be the biggest mess. Like, come on. Like, on the nose isn't always bad. Extreme food fight would leave it quite a mess.
That is, listen.
All night?
There's many ways to interpret this. So you guys have laid it out there. It's funny when you just mentioned cheeseburger, I thought you were going to say like cheeseburger as a person. Because it's like maybe we've been talking about too many movies, but I'm like, Cheeseburger sounds like the name of a guy in an 80s movie who was like ogre, or who was like
the fat
burger.
guy in the frat is named Cheeseburger.
Oh man, Cheeseburger was in there all night. But maybe that's because I watched way too many movies at an early age that were considered PG. Anyway, we've got a lot of good information here. You have to go check in with the Word Herd because they are on fire. Phil, Ranta, what are they talking about over here?
Oh God, they're talking so much. So here we go. So a lot of cocaine trails to clean up. That's right, Rick Ocasek. He wore the sunglasses at night, man. That dude loved the coke. Mr. Dude makes a good point. I can't shake the idea that there's some bloke named Cars that's a total shit show. I could imagine, much like Cheeseburger being a nickname, if somebody's nickname was simply Cars, that's not the kind of person I would like. That's the kind of person that would fuck up a bathroom. In my stall.
Gary Newman.
There we go.
That's Gary Newman here in my stall. There's it.
Mayor McCheeseburger. Cheeseburger, that's true. Exactly. Cheeseburger would be the high school linebacker. That's a good point, because how do you get a nickname? By having an iconic moment. And there's no more iconic moment than like, did you see Cheeseburger? He just downed 12 cheeseburgers and then puked everywhere. That's why his nickname is Cheeseburger.
His real name is Dustin. He's a werewolf.
Yep, Dustin. Dust, wind, dude. And we're all about 80s movies here. Cheeseburger in paradise. I'm dead. Halloween. Cheeseburger could also be the guy that refuses to shower. Yeah, if you're like, I have greasy skin, Cheeseburger's a great insult nickname.
But he's in a bathroom.
Yeah, like
shower there. Maybe he did shower. That's why the bathroom was such a mess.
Yeah, that acne-faced freak named Cheeseburger. That was mean to that hypothetical person that doesn't exist. And you know what else is mean? Something consensus.
Boom. Right back into it. All right, Sam Kimbrell. This time I want to start with you so we can end with you and start with you. Set the tone. Where did you land?
Well, I mean, I think what would be the messiest of all is if the Cars were in the bathroom fucking near the toilet and just fucking their brains out, and it's just all sorts of exhaust and car jizz coming out.
Oh, you don't mean Rick Ocasek and Ben Orr going at it?
No, these are Cars. Cars was in there all night.
That is what we call a Sam Kimbrell special, right there.
There you go.
Ooh, you didn't think we were going to leave without one
fat hog.
Boom. And that I forgot that it was even Cars. Cars is Sam Kimbrell's.
There you go.
That is the choice that happened over there. So yeah, Moon Raven says, dude, stop firing your pistons in my face. And that's what we're going to go with. So Mike Hughes, over to you.
Of two stories. When my youngest nephew was about 5, he was an impish lad, and one night his parents saw him going into the bathroom with like his Matchbox cars and his like baby powder, and he was in there for a while, and they came back. He had combined baby powder and toothpaste and mixed them up with his Matchbox cars, and the bathroom was a trash. And he immediately, without being told, went and put himself in the corner for punishment. So he knew how to have fun and take his punishment. I'm also reminded of the Katy Perry song from 2011, Last Friday Night, because this sounds like the kind of thing that would happen in the video. A young, brace-faced, 13-year-old Katy Perry sings about having menage a trois, which, as we established, I guess was a thing for like Hocus Pocus. And none of that is really relevant to the answer I went with, which is Extreme Food Fight.
Okay, all right.
But I did draw my nephew in the corner and Katy Perry as up there.
Last Friday night.
Doing coke inside the stall. Extreme Food Fight down the hall.
It was
I was in there all night.
It was kind of a fake out because I was talking. Oh, he had his toy cars, but no, I went with Extreme Food Fight. That would be the messiest. Although I do like Drunken Dracula.
All right. Well, okay. So you've landed on the Extreme Food Fight. We got a cars. Phil Ranta, what about you?
I picked one of the two that's out there, so this will be the final say. This will be the end of it, and I'm going to tell a story, and that story is I picked Cars. Yeah, that's Rick Ocasek saying more Coke, please, and there's little cocaine lines on the toilet seat because 80s bands were gross. You think David Lee Roth never did Coke off the toilet seat?
And wasting all my damn time.
Yeah. Send that to Pixar. Cars 4 is going to be great.
My best friend's cocaine.
Well, I want to say that we do have a winner. The winner that gave it out, Cars. We have the winner of Judges of Sam, who finally got to be a part of a consensus after being shot down so many times.
My first loss.
Magnum. So congratulations to Magnum. Booyah. You have won the special gold edition. So be looking for your official, unofficial NFTs. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the show, the director's cut that you just got. What we did, because we were on one tonight. Thank you all for watching on every word. Thank you for showing up, Word Heard. And before we go, everybody, let's tell them where we can find us. So Mike Hughes, where can the people find you?
First of all, I want to ask if Phil's mummy drawing or Sam's card drawing had a bigger dong. I don't know which one, but they both look
Sam's every time. Sam's every time.
Always Sam's.
Hey, I have something I can actually pitch. If you see my handle down there at Huster1, I am this Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I am doing a free sketch writing drop-in class. If you want to learn a little stuff about sketch writing, you want to do throw some ideas, read some sketches, you can DM me on Instagram at that, and I can send you the info, and it's no fee. It's just something I'm doing. It's 10 to 12 Pacific time. I guess that's 1 to 3 East Coast time. So yeah, do that. If any of you out there want to learn a little bit about writing comedy sketches, and you can be as funny as we are up here because we all wrote sketches together.
That is awesome. That is very, very awesome. Take him up on that. You will learn something. Sam, what's going on with you? Where can the people find you?
I don't know. I'm working through it.
In the bathroom.
What I would recommend is taking Mike's sketch class. I don't mean that lightly. I've enjoyed Mike as a sketch director, as someone who's directed the sketches I've written. Mike, I recommend. That's all I want to say.
Absolutely.
And thank you. And I will return the compliment by saying there are sketches that Sam wrote years ago that I still watched on YouTube to this day.
Oh.
They are so good.
Oh, thank you.
Class. Phil Ranta, what do the people need to know?
I don't care for either of their work, but I will promote my own. Find Own Every Word. We're still doing it. Make sure to keep tweeting at crypto.com and say, we want more Own Every Word drops. How come they're not in Main City? And then also, this was the last page of my notebook. So I've got an entire notebook full of Own Every Word drawings. Let's do a giveaway or something for that.
No, that's a giveaway.
We'll have to do a giveaway for that. So we'll figure out what that looks at. And also, US Doll Hairs. It's an NFT project that's launching this week. They've been very supportive of us in the past. They're still being supportive of us. We're going to find ways to tie into their community. So on Twitter, look up US Doll Hairs with their Barbie logo, or look through our tweets. We have one recently. Show them love. They're doing cool and also funny stuff because we still believe in the power of Web3 and comedy. Damn it,
Barbie. That's very
power of love. Money, dumped it in crypto.
They're gonna sing me out. So listen, everybody. I'm Matt Harris. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow us on crypto.com/NFT to follow all our drops. And if you want to play along next time, go to owneveryword.com. Check us
Work-
out right there. You know where we are.
Working
We'll be
9
back
to
when we
5.
are back.
What a way to make a living.
and barely
Everybody, good night.
get in by. It's all
Passing a
taken.
Jimmy to all of you.
Yeah.
Passing a Jimmy
Hey,
to
where's
you.
the Tom Arnold video? God damn it. Get
Hey,
Kathy.
it's me, Tom Arnold.
Bow, 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 bow.
It's me, Tom Arnold.